Hey everyone, and welcome to the next video on Pokemon Productions. And today's video is going to be a very special one because today I'm going to be talking about my experience at the Gladiators live tour, which I will say right now was one of the best days of my life. It was absolutely incredible. Me and my dad, we stayed over in Manchester for the show at the AO Arena. We went on the Sunday morning and I just had the best time, and I will tell you why in this video. So without further ado, contenders ready, gladiators ready. 3, 2, 1. So right off the bat, for the record, I actually got the VIP experience because my dad actually got VIP tickets for my birthday, which was absolutely incredible. So we actually got to see the arena floor before the show, and we saw all the events, we saw the dual podiums, we saw the Powerball pitch, we saw the gauntlet track, and we saw the iconic wall, which is unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable. And we even got to meet some of the gladiators and contenders as well. The contenders during the meet and greet that were there were Series 1 semi-finalist Matt, Series 2 runner-up Mus, Series 1 female champion Marie-Louise, and Series 2 female champion Amanda. And they were all absolutely incredible to meet. I just felt so honoured. And sometime after that, like towards the end of the whole meet and greet experience, we ended up running into two of the contenders who were actually taking part in the show, Series 1 and 2 semi-finalists, Kerry and Xavier, who were just absolutely lovely. It was honestly incredible to meet them both and to actually see them perform in the show as well. Well, I say perform, but more participate. But it was still incredible. And the gladiators that I got to meet, some very good ones. First up was Giant and Viper, and I have to say I was expecting this. There is a massive size difference between me and Giant. It was unreal, and Viper was surprisingly welcoming, giving a little fist bump and saying, "All right, mate." I wasn't expecting that from him, but you know. And after them was Phantom and Athena, who we all know are amazing gladiators. Phantom he's shown that loads of times on games like Unleash, and Athena, she's been nailing Hang Tough and all that sort of stuff. So she's the queen of the arena. It was brilliant meeting them as well. And then the last three gladiators that I got to meet in the meet and greet were Fire, Cyclone, and Electro, who were all incredible. They were absolutely amazing. They were very welcoming. And those were the meet and greets. And I actually got to meet and have a picture with a legendary gladiator, like a former one, the current gladiator trainer, Jenny Pacey, who, to any gladiator fans out there, you will know her best as Enigma from the 2008 to 2009 Sky reboot of Gladiators. And that was incredible, meeting a former gladiator, a gladiator legend, if you will. But then when the show actually gets started, the hype just kicks off right from the start as Mark Clattenburg eagerly announces, "Manchester, are you ready?" That was so surreal. And then we had the theme song playing, and then we get introduced to the hosts of the tour, Maya Beth, who is I think is a radio DJ, and Radzi Chinyanganya. I think it's quite a long surname, so please do correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. He is a TV presenter, and he was a former contender on the Sky reboot, so bit of full circle. And then we get introduced to the gladiators, obviously excluding the ones I met, because I've already mentioned them. We also had people like Steel, Apollo, Hammer, Dynamite, Saber, and Comet as well. And we even get a little appearance from Diamond partway through, like a little surprise for us. And it was just amazing seeing all the events up there in real life. Jewel was up first, and for me, there were two main highlights of Duel. The first one was Lewis, who was from Series 2, going up against Hammer. Literally, one hit. One hit, and Lewis went down. Probably one of the quickest duels I've seen, but the biggest highlight for Duel has to be Kerry versus Comet, because Kerry actually won. Kerry managed to knock Comet off, and apparently it's the first time in the whole tour that a contender has won Duel, which is absolutely brilliant. And I'm glad I was there to see it. As for Steel and Dynamite, who took on Joe F, the Series 2 champion, and Xavier respectively, it was just standard Duel affair, just hitting each other, like, lasting for a few seconds, but then boom, going off. Powerball was intense, even with the men. Apollo putting one of the contenders in the bin, and Cyclone going crazy, ending up throwing a ball at Mark Clattenburg at the end. Gauntlet was absolutely amazing. Seeing the intense action and seeing Viper take off Joe's shoe and throw it across the arena floor twice, and also seeing Hammer ring Lewis out the gauntlet, and then seeing Sabre as well, just going off and just going wild as she usually does. But I have to admit, I wasn't expecting the show to go in the direction it went in, because Mark Clattenburg was going to, I think he was intending to disqualify Sabre, but Sabre basically just started flirting with him, and then she basically convinced him to allow her to continue. Like, what the heck, Mark? But it was still a good game, and the wall was brilliant as well. It was very cool to see the wall. They've made a few changes to that. One being that instead of going over the top to claim the 10 points or the 5 points, you basically have to hit a button at the top. And that was, I find that pretty cool. Works with the limited space. And the eliminator as well. We had a bit of an interval after seeing all the 4 events, so they would have time to set up the eliminator. The cool thing is they would have each event lined up on the arena floor, and once an event was done, they would take that equipment away, and once all the equipment was gone, they would set up for the eliminator. And it's pretty much exactly like it is on the show, with the main difference of replacing the hand ladder after the rope climb with a balance beam. So a little bit of a change, but you know, it was still the eliminator we all love and we all love to watch. And so a big congratulations to Joe and Xavier for emerging as champions. You guys did amazingly well, and it was such a pleasure to watch you. And to all the other contenders out there, if you are watching this, to all the ones that I met before the show, a massive thank you to all of them who made the show as great as it was. And also a massive thank you to all the gladiators who were there, because it was an amazing experience and one that I will never ever forget. So all in all, I really enjoyed the show. And although I will say, while I did enjoy the events lineup they had, Duel, Powerball, Gauntlet, and the Wall, I felt like the arena could have been done for something else. Like, they could have replaced Powerball with, like, the Ring, because the Ring is kind of similar to that, where you have to dodge the gladiators tackling you. And I reckon after the equipment had been moved out, they could have an interval to set up for another event. Because I think if they could get the whole arena floor out there, they could feasibly, I reckon they could effectively do Unleash, Atmospheres, or Crash Course, because they need the whole arena for that. And I reckon they could have done that before the eliminator, but you know, it probably would have made the show too long. So they did well with what they had. But all in all, it was just an absolute pleasure getting to watch one of my favourite TV shows live right before my eyes, and getting to see the Gladiators doing what they do best. It was incredible. So to all the contenders and all the gladiators that I had the pleasure of meeting during the show, before the show, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much. I will say though that I am gutted that it is a massive shame that a few gladiators could make an appearance. Like Nitro, Bionic, and Fury were absent, unfortunately, and that would have been incredible, because Nitro is obviously my favourite gladiator, and Bionic comes from Middlesbrough like me, and Fury, well, she's wonderful, isn't she? And the only other gladiator that wasn't there was Legend, and to be honest, I could To be honest, I was honestly all right with Legend not being there, but I'm sure most of you guys know why by now. But even if he was there, I probably still would have had a meet and greet and a photo with him. I probably would have. It doesn't matter which gladiator it is. I just want to meet them. It's nothing that much. And if Legend was there competing in the games and doing what he does best and boasting and being just nasty and all that, that wouldn't have detracted from anything. That wouldn't have changed my opinions whatsoever. It would not, because it's all part of the fun. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have actually gone to any parts of the Gladiators live tour that have been, like, did you go to the Liverpool show? Did you go to the first London show? Did you go to any of the Manchester shows? Are you going to go to any of the upcoming shows? Let me know in the comments down below. And also tell me and if you have been to the shows, tell me what your favourite part was. And if you want to, you can also tell me who your favourite gladiator is. So just let's all share the love for the Gladiators live tour. And hopefully, if it happens again next year, I will definitely want to go again. I will. I really will. So again, if you guys have been to any of the shows or you're going to go to one of the shows, let me know down below how you're feeling about it. And if you want to, let me know who your favourite gladiator is. Like I said, mine's Nitro. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video. So I will see you again. Take care, guys.